It's true that we have to change the system, but what it means is that we have to change the farms, right? And so what we want integrated farms, regenerative farms, not regenerative practices, right? Because that's the problem. It's all at the practice level.
We are coming to realize that there is a lot of potential within agriculture to address a lot of our biggest land resource concerns and climate change issues, but there's just not enough emphasis on what it means. If we want to work with agriculture, what does it cost to make that happen? I'm Laura Gentry. I'm the Director of Water Quality Research for the Illinois Corn Growers Association, and I'm a soil scientist. So soil scientists study the chemical, physical, and biological properties of our soils. My particular area focuses on agriculture and specifically on maintaining soil quality and soil health in row crop agricultural systems. There have been many terms for regenerative agriculture. That's sort of the term du jour right now. Always the idea is producing safe, healthy crops with a reduced environmental impact, maintaining clean water and healthy soils, precision agriculture tools that can help farmers to make better decisions around nutrient utilization, chemical utilization, and make sure that more of it ends up in the crop where it's intended versus running off into our water or remaining in our soils.
If you really want to be regenerative, what you have to see is changes in greenhouse gas emissions, right, from agriculture, and changes in other environmental indicators from habitat to water quality, right?
It's just such a complex system that if you want to make any change, it's really hard to do that as just one individual farmer.
Large corporations should be looking to assist farmers because ultimately they'll benefit from helping us to do well, to be competitive, whether they're doing it to be able to make public-facing environmental commitments around water quality or climate change or whatever, or whether they're just doing it because their stakeholders are demanding it. There's plenty of reasons out there for these large corporations to work directly with farmers to help them to have a reduced impact on the environment.
My name is Michael Hancock, and I oversee implementation of our sustainability initiatives for our food and grocery areas globally at Walmart. We came up with 3 sustainability initiatives, 3 moonshot goals, and that was really we wanted to be powered by 100% renewable energy. We wanted to create zero waste or have zero waste in our supply chains. And then 3 is we wanted to sell sustainable products that were good for people on the planet.
The Midwest Row Crop Collaborative has 8 members from the corporate sector, and Walmart is one of those, and then 3 of the big NGOs. We really look at the sort of 3-legged stool of support for farmers. And so that is the financial support. So that's cost share for, buying cover crop seed and making sure that they have the right equipment. It's technical support so that they know how to do it and that they can ask questions from agronomists and other farmers too that have been doing this. And then it's the social support. That big picture vision is what guides us every day. You can really see significant change in that landscape, particularly if you're looking at things like water quality, soil health, biodiversity factors, things like that.
First and foremost is we want to manage the system that we already have in front of us today. And so what are the things that we can do on that? Because there's a lot of work that can still take place. I think when you take a look at grain rotation or different types of products that can be grown to be able to assist on that, that definitely is really good. We want to be able to minimize the inputs that go into production systems. So what we're clearly looking to do is to continue to lean in on the current calculators that exist for the science-based targets. And as those calculators are developed by the leading scientists that are out there, we will create those tools and that access available to our suppliers.
The bigger picture is that if we want to promote a sustainable regenerative ag system, we should have a more diverse production system reflected in a more diverse retail system.
Walmart is at the tail end of the supply chain. And our greatest power at Walmart is our availability or our ability to convene, right? And send a signal to the marketplace on what we would like to see in terms of practices that deliver on the outcomes that are really going to be necessary to sustain our planet.
Consumer pressure is critical in moving USDA and state level policies into a more truly regenerative direction. these big corporations are a way to channel, if you will, some of these consumer concerns.
But everybody has to share some responsibility. Really, the buck stops with the farmer. Everybody upstream of the farmer is looking down their nose going, how hard is it? And, why don't you sit down with one of these farmers and talk to them about how hard it is? We're not asking you to give up 15% of your income. Why do you expect that from farmers?
If we are really serious about reducing climate change and reducing greenhouse gas emissions from agriculture, what we need to do is eat less meat. Whatever meat we eat, we need to bring it back as often as possible to pasture. That will reduce the demand for grain. As it reduces the demand for grain, it opens up spaces for growing things like beans, things that humans eat. You really can't fiddle at the margins here and say problem solved.
We are acutely aware of the impact that we're having on our soils. We do feel a responsibility to be sure that the next generation is going to be able to produce crops, produce food, produce fiber and fuel with the resource that we're leaving behind. Our soil is a national treasure. We need to maintain it.